The first of our videos here is the cool kids on Berlin. We'll start as a biker, grab propane, do a propane explosion, just literally 2 feet away from that guy, pick up the second propane. We're going to run this way, open the garage, even though that's an illegal action, there's nobody there to see it, and come down to the shortcut door here. So we need to head down into the club, which will be just across here. The timing is kind of important, has to be really fast because we want to catch just the edge here of this camera. We don't want to shoot it because there are 2 guards standing right there who would see us do it. We want to come down here to the outside area of the club owner's office. One of the targets is one of those guards there. Just go ahead and shoot the camera. No one will hear that, they're too far away. Drop another propane explosive combo, take him out, and come over here. There's yet more propane, which is why I think this was probably the intended route, because we can kill 3 of the 4 targets with propane and the 4th with a specific method that you will see in just a moment. First though, we need to go to the projection bar, and the way the target is set up, she should hear it if we just kind of make a noise behind the bar. We'll come over here, we've got a remote taser that she can't see that will drop there to detonate. This was probably a mistake. I should have run left instead of right. I might have actually beaten the #1 time on this if I hadn't done that. Anyway, detonate that. So that's 3 accidents. Everybody's in a panic, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really make any difference who they see. We're going to come out to the club entrance area. We're going to go straight out the other shortcut door here because we want to shoot the car that the last target is near, just so that he is interested in it and walks up behind it, and then we blow the car up and run straight for the bike. That's the exit over here. Like I said, I actually missed the #1 time on this by 1 second. It's 2 minutes 11 for the #1 time, and I managed to get it on 2:12, even though the clock there last said 2:11. It doesn't round, but it's like still counting towards the beginning of that animation. So you kind of have to be about a second behind of where you actually expect to get as your time, or that's going to happen. The second contract that we've got is called On Indefinite Break. This one's in Chongqing. We're going to start as an analyst, pick up a banana. Sadly, we won't be using this for banana peel shenanigans, but we just need a throwable object. Now, this one is set up where you have to kill Royce and the 3 analysts that you can make go on break, but we're not actually going to bother with that, although we could. It would just be much slower than what we're going to do, so we're just going to take out cameras as we go. And we picked up the tier 2 dongle because as an analyst you start with a tier 1 dongle but not a tier 2. We're going to actually need all 3 tiers by the end of this, but we will be able to get the 3rd from Royce. So we're going to throw the banana, distract one of the guards, then come up behind this guy and knock him out. Go over here, knock the other guy out. That clears out anybody who would see us killing the analysts in a bit. But we do want to move him out of the door because there's a guard in there with Royce and we don't want him to see any bodies. So what we're going to do is open this. We're going to throw the sedative bubblegum back there in the corner. Royce will tell the guard to go ahead and check it out. And while she's doing that, we'll come back here, do 1 pistol elimination, 1 shot, 1 shot. The pistol elimination with Krugermeyer should be quiet enough that they won't hear it, but you can't do it on all 3 because the 2 that get shot are actually close enough to hear each other. That guard will knock himself out by eating the bubblegum, so he won't see Royce's body. We've picked up the tier 3 dongle from her, and so all we have to do is run to the emergency exit. Now it shows as locked, but that's because it is actually physically locked by the electronic lock, but we do have the dongles, so we can just pop it open and walk right out. Again, you can send them to the break room, you can make Royce sick, you can do all sorts of things, but I was trying to aim for speed there. And that will do it in 1:34. I'm sure that could be sped up a bit. Finally, and thankfully, we now actually have some sound. This is called Sniper Assassin Garden Show. Now, it's not actually a Sniper Assassin contract. This is a hacked contract that opens the ladder that leads up to Zachary's balcony. And the idea is that you're supposed to use a sniper rifle and kill these 5 targets in various ways. But we're not doing that. We're starting with no loadout at all, and we're still going to be able to accomplish this. The good news is only one of the targets actually has to be killed with a sniper rifle, because accidents were kind of intended here. But we won't even need to worry about that, because there is actually a sniper rifle on the map. The hunting rifles count as sniper rifles as far as the game is concerned, and we can grab one of those, and there is actually one on this map. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got these 2 female targets over here by the lakeside. One of them is not a target, one is. We want to make sure...
Please, could you go and find out what that was?
Pretty much either one can walk over there, but we want to kill the target as soon as she's out of line of sight of our friend and dump her. And despite that being like a 2-foot deep puddle of water, that completely hides the body. We then come over here, throw a coin. That will catch the waiter target. He's usually coming up to the top of the stairs to smoke, so we can still get him, even if we were to miss this.
Yes.
But since he's right here, we'll just knife him and dump him in the shredder. We could shred his body, but there's no point in doing so. It's basically like hiding him in a container now. So we have a maid target who's kind of messing with stuff around the stage. And we've got some propane here. Now, it might not seem like we've got any way to actually detonate the propane, since we didn't have a gun or anything. We've got no loadout. But if we go over here to the stage, throw this thing here, there's a car battery. Now, car batteries make sparks when thrown.
Okay.
So all we have to do is avoid line of sight, which is difficult because there are guards at both sides of the stairs. But if we're just out of sight, we can throw the battery, knock her out, and it will set off the propane. And we need to get out of there as quickly as we can. Grab yet another propane. You may notice a pattern here sometimes with these random scattered targets. Now, the idea here was that I was going to try to lure this target's husband away and then blow her up. But what ended up happening, for whatever reason,
That sounded weird. Can you go
her
see?
husband told
No
her to
problem.
go. And so instead of blowing her up,
Hey.
what I'm just going to do is turn her husband
Excuse me,
around,
sir.
knock her out in the bushes, and
There
snap
we
her
go.
neck. Okay, so that leaves the last target. He does have to be killed with a sniper rifle, so we now have to go and get one. That's going to take up the bulk of our time remaining here. So we need to go over to the guard area, because that is the only place where we can acquire a Bartoli Woodsman hunting sniper rifle. As I said, it's not really a sniper rifle, but the game considers it such because it doesn't really have a category for that. Now we're going to come in here. This is trespassing, one of the few areas on the map that is. We're going to run over here. We're going to do a chair knockout on this guy, which is a little risky because it's a long animation and he ends up getting dumped on the side and all that. So we have to quickly, before one of those other guards turns around, come over here and dump him. Then we're going to grab a mine here. We're going to grab the Woodsman sniper rifle, and because we can put this in a briefcase, and there happens to be a briefcase right here, we can smuggle this out without anybody watching us carrying around a highly illegal weapon. Doesn't really make sense. It doesn't look like those hunting rifles can be disassembled like the sniper rifles can, but we're not going to question it. We're just going to take it and head over to take care of our target.
Do I know him?
Now, he's over by the lake in the far corner, and the way you're probably supposed to deal with him is just bring your own sniper rifle, shoot the ground near the lady that he's talking with so that she's distracted, and then just snipe him into the lake, and that'll hide his body. We, of course, can't do that, and we have a sniper rifle that is not silenced, so this is going to be just a little bit tricky, because we need to get a shot off on him, but we also don't want to be seen or heard. So we want to come over here and just set the mine down. We're not going to actually detonate this. All we need to do is bump him so that he sees it. He didn't see us put the weapon down, so he doesn't blame us for that, but what he's going to do is walk over to this guard to report it. That's the guard who's actually looking at the poisoned frog. And when the frog leaves,
Do you know if somebody's missing a weapon?
he usually
Because
goes
I
to the
just,
tree and
I
smokes.
just found one lying around.
Yeah, I'll deal with it. You
That's
just
not of any
hang
concern to
back.
us. We just need to get the guard out of the
Reading
way,
a 5x5.
and then we're going to
Weird.
distract
Hey,
our target.
What was that noise?
That should bring him into the bushes.
Ugh, no way.
Once he's there, we're just going to knock him out any which way. We're going to come over here into this corner, because no one's looking in this direction. Very few people can hear it, although this gun is very loud, so you are going to hear it in just a moment. So we'll take that out, line up a shot, shoot, and we'll just drop the gun and the briefcase and leave. We don't care about being found out there. Just as long as nobody saw us and we're out of the area before the guards can rush over, we should be fine. We'll just head for the bridge exit, and we will get out of here. This is obviously not going to be anywhere close to a top time, because this is a suit-only, no loadout run, and you're obviously supposed to be bringing a sniper rifle with you. But I thought this was kind of fun just to do as a restriction. It would have been a lot harder if all the targets required sniper rifle kills, I'll tell you that. It would not have been easy at that point, but it still could be done. It would just probably take 20 minutes. You'd have to hide between bodies.